It's the Joe Padula Show, Clarksville's conversation.
Absolutely. This past weekend was the Supreme Court nominee. Yep, it was announced because Coney, Amy Coney Barrett, will she fill the Supreme Court seat left by Ruth Bader Ginsburg?
I don't know, but they can't talk about sexes in this one.
You know what? She is a female, bang. But they're going after her Catholicism, her being Catholic.
But they got to do with it.
And
Right.
I don't know. I don't know. Because what were they talking about there?
Kids.
The kids, that's right. She's got 7 kids. 2 of them are adopted from Haiti.
They ain't got nothing to do with the job,
Right.
though.
I saw this one despicable, and they got the blue check on Twitter too. Was almost debating whether the adoption of the 2 Haiti kids was like legal. If they, I don't know. But you got crazy people on both sides. Please know that. But yeah, it looks like they will be voting. The hearings will begin October 12th. And they say the hearings will be within 16 days or less. So it looks like the Republicans who looks like they do have the Senate vote. They are expected to confirm Barrett maybe just days prior to the election, November 3rd. If yes, is this good or bad for Republicans? Bay, is this good for Trump?
I don't know.
Yeah, Chris.
It's sad that we have to think of it in that term, and not good for the American people in all terms.
I know. I hear you.
You know,
I think it's cool for this lady. You know, good for her. She works hard her whole life. The Notre Dame Law School finished number 1 in her class.
I mean, we're talking about the most important issues from everybody, and it's like the thing that we're worried about is what side would they be on,
Yeah.
instead of how does their heart feel about these things.
Exactly.
Right. And it sounds like a hard-working mom too. I don't know much about her. Tricia, you know much about this nomination?
I don't. I really don't pay a lot of attention to federal national stuff right now because my brain is filled
Just
with
focused on
city
local.
level.
Right.
Yeah. So.
Which I
but
can't wait till that conversation.
I put your hat on. That's my hero right there. What he said.
Oh yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. Sonja, what do you think? Will she be confirmed?
Well, honestly, I'm pretty much the same. I feel like if her heart is in it and she can do the job,
Yeah.
then let her do her job.
Right.
You know, that's the whole point. And why we got to check these people out and ask some questions and see if they're going to be good for the people.
Right.
You know, it's not a left or a right. It's supposed to be American people.
Right.
Casey Bryant, do you think she's cute or not? Have you seen her?
I have seen her. Yes.
I think she is cute.
Her family is adorable.
Yeah, I know.
I love her family.
Yeah, large family, 7 kids. 2 of them adopted from Haiti. One is a child with Down syndrome. That's a tough gig as a mom. That's a tough gig.
That's what they've been questioning too. A lot of the things that I've seen posted are how can she do that job and be good mom to her kids? Which that's a really sensitive subject for me.
That sounds sexist.
People do that every day.
Yeah,
They
like
got
she's
kids
a
like that.
woman.
And they go to work, come home, take care of their families.
Just having 7 kids, period,
Or 5.
or 5, however many
Yeah.
kids they have.
Yeah.
That alone,
Sonja goes,
you know
2
what
kids.
I mean? You know,
She right there.
that level of responsibility is something that the majority of humans don't even never
Yeah.
get to experience. So, let alone
LawyerWayne.com has 9 kids.
My man, Lawyer Wayne.
Right.
But if
No,
you
you're
think
right.
about it, back in the day, people had all kind of kids.
Yeah.
And they did it every day, all day, worked and did everything they need to do.
And they spanked them.
How are you doing?
Yeah, how you doing?
My grandfather, his family was 17
17 what?
kids. 17 kids.
Is that legal?
Tennessee, baby.
Tennessee.
All right.
Yep.
That's
Big family.
I was going to make a lot of comments. I'm going to say nothing. All right, hey, let us know what you think. Will she be confirmed, and will this help the Republicans or maybe even help the Democrats? Because it's been alleged that Ruth Bader Ginsburg's dying wish, according to her granddaughter, was to save the selection of her seat until a new president. It's alleged. There's no confirmation on that, but a lot of the party leaders on that side of the aisle have been going with it. Well, I'll tell you what, though. I mean, even in Ruth Bader Ginsburg's own words, said in 2016, what did she say here? I got it here. Let me pull this up.
Is that typical for their opinion to be taken into consideration for the next person?
It doesn't follow the Constitution, but here's a.
And she was an amazing
Schumer.
woman, and so the first reason.
Minority Leader Senator Chuck Schumer reminds me. Ever see Rankin and Bass, those Christmas claymation specials?
Yeah.
Remember, he's Mr. Heat
Yeah,
Miser.
yeah.
Well, he reminds me of Freeze Miser. Doesn't he look like him a bit?
Oh.
He's Mr. Freeze Miser.
He does.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, not that says anything.
McConnell looks like Franklin the Turtle.
Oh, he does. Yes, he does.
We're here is for unity, and the second is to honor her legacy, to demand that her last wish be fulfilled by the Senate. She said, "My most fervent wish is that I will not be replaced by until a new president is installed."
And
AOC.
as I said at the opening, the very last
Do you think she just uses the glasses to maybe look smarter? Because she's young. I don't think she needs glasses.
I don't
Not
know.
true.
dying wish.
Because if that's so, I want to start doing the same. I want to start wearing glasses to look smarter.
Well, they got them fake glasses.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll get those.
Of RBG was that her vacancy not be filled until the new president takes office.
Is that
in
on
January.
paper?
That was her dying.
Yeah, right. Is
It's
that on paper
They
with the
got,
signature?
at least got to be on paper or recorded.
I mean, even if it was, that's just a wish of hers.
Right.
You don't have to
It's
do
the
it.
people's, like, it's not even her seat. She was very lucky to have the opportunity to serve there for a long time. It's not her seat.
Yeah.
Sure.
She was there for quite some time, Ginsburg, and beloved by many.
Dying wish.
But here's what Ruth Bader Ginsburg said in 2016 about a situation like that.
And Scalia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When Antonin
My name
Scalia.
is Sarah Berkey,
Exactly.
and I was wondering if you thought there were any valid constitutional arguments that would prevent President Obama from filling Justice Scalia's seat on the Supreme Court. I hope that's not too political. Sorry.
Did you see this lady just do the ooh face, right? Ooh.
I hope that's not too political. Sorry.
As you
What's
know,
that laugh?
That's a terrible laugh. That's not RGB's laugh, right? I think that was the host.
That sound like Clinton laughing.
Ha ha ha. That's right.
the president has the authority to name appointees to the Supreme Court, but he has to do so with the advice and consent of the Senate. And if the Senate doesn't act, as its current Senate is not acting, what can be done about it? I mean, it's not even if you could conceive of a testing lawsuit, what would the response be? Well, you want us to vote, so we'll vote no. So, but I do think that cooler heads will prevail. I hope sooner rather than later. The president is elected for 4 years, not 3 years, so the power that he has in year 3 continues into year 4, and maybe some members of the Senate will wake up and appreciate that that's how it should be.
Well, looks like they did wake up, and yeah, sooner than later. But nonetheless, yeah, I think they will get Amy Barrett, vetted and then confirmed. The Republicans just got the vote. The way it works is, you got 3 branches of government. You got the executive, okay, the presidency. You got the Senate, okay, 2 from each state. Then you got Congress, okay, based on your population of each state. So you got your 3 branches, and it's up to the Senate to confirm Supreme Court justices. That's how that works. All right. And yeah, they just got the votes, and that's why I guess the Democrats and they're now pushing for term limits on Supreme Court justices. Now they want I believe they want 18-year maximum service. I say you do term services on senators and Congress people first.
Yeah.
Okay, how about we do that first?
Worry about your own self.
18 years for a Supreme Court judge, and you don't even bring yourself up in a term limit conversation. Right? There should be term limits, right?
There should be terms on everything.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, if a president can only serve
a
total
of 8,
2 years, right? Yeah, let's get that.
Because I never got that, so
And we got to get it so Congress people and elected officials stop voting on their pay.
Well, I think there's a one small problem with that.
What's that, Expert Concrete, Chris?
I can understand where you're saying that term limits would be a good thing, but if it's a repetitive voted position, and ultimately what I see is there's good and bad, obviously.
Right.
But when you have career term politicians who, switch stances on,
on their views, right?
Exactly. So that's the thing that I think is really the issue. The term limit. If you really believe that you can do well, and you do well, and the people that have voted you in believe you're continuing to do well for their communities, I don't see a reason to stop using that individual.
No, I hear you. Now, maybe you can't have age either, because in like 50 years we're all gonna be living to like 112, right? So putting on an age limit. What about cognitive test taking?
Diane Feinstein.
That's the thing is, like, you're running the risk of kicking someone out who was legitimately able to do a good job in response to someone who might be able to do a good job.
Well, you got to take a driver's test at a certain age, right, to continue to have your license. Let's make them do a driving test.
it's the same way police officers, they got to do a shooting test.
Yeah, understood, right?
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Interesting.
It is.
Casey, should we have term limits on Supreme Court justices?
Yeah, I mean, I feel at least when they get older, like you said, I think that's a good idea. Making sure that they're still there, especially at such that's a very serious
Absolutely.
job.
Right.
And I think that they need to be able to prove that they can perform.
Yeah. Take a pee test too. Right before any debate. All right.
And plus times has changed, so you gotta look at certain things different nowadays.
All right, are we done with politics? I think we covered everything, the big ones.
I hope so.
I mean, the Trump tax stuff.
I'm laughing at that.
Did you read the full story?
My saying is this:
it's so funny.
Let everybody show your taxes. You want that man to show his taxes? Show yours.
Well, here's the thing. I read the whole article from the New York Times. All right, the headlines. You got to read past the headlines, people. You have to.
You got to read that whole little.
Read it right to the bottom, where it says that he paid. What was it?
700 or something.
No, he paid over within that time frame over $5 million in taxes.
But they saying he only paid like 790, something like that.
It was just part of.
So that's what he had to pay on top of what was okay.
Trisha was. Right. It's the New York Times.
Mind hacking.
And that sucks. All that clickbait, all just hey, come to our site, right? Yep. And here's the problem though. You got people out there that read that, and you give them now this false hope of, yes, finally, and then you just create more disappointment. You're screwing with people's emotions.
And things like that get reposted on platforms like Twitter too, and people just read they go through Twitter and they just read the highlights of everything, and then they think that they're educated on all of the topics.
Right.
But in all reality,
and never read it at all.
Yeah. Not real. Fake news. But all right. We're done with politics. Right, we'll move forward. Well, we'll get into local politics, which I really love in just a moment. All right, but again, hey, don't forget to share this on your timeline. Leave your comments. Tell us what you think. I'll get back to you soon. We got no intern Shane on it, but I still can't fix the comment pop-up thing. It's this freaking computer, because it works fine on the Mac, but the PC I got an issue with. Nothing against PC people, all right? Except I don't like politically correct people, all right?
It's the Joe Padula Show.
Bada bing.
Clarksville's conversation.